everyone, it's Sunday the 20th of July. It's the end of week 29 of my Mission Tuition Challenge. So let's see what sold, or how few items I sold this week. So we'll start off with the first sale, which was on the 14th of July. I had a lady buy two of my Donna Hay Fresh and Light magazine bundles. So when I was packaging them up, they were listed at $32.50 each, like including shipping, and she didn't send an offer, she just bought them. But when I was packaging them up, I looked through and I realised that each bundle had an issue 4 in it. So I thought, I'll check with her whether she really wants two of number 4. So I sent her a message and said, look, do you need 2 issues of number 4? If not, you know, I'm happy to refund you $11, which is the $32.50 divided by 3, and then, you know, not include that magazine in the bundle. So just let me know what you want, you know, and I'll, you know, sort it out. So she didn't need the extra one, and so she said, you know, thank you, yes, if you can refund that $11, that'd be great. So that's what I did. So even though it, you know, $32.50 times 2, I actually took off $11 and pulled out one of the magazines from the bundle. I still have a heap of so those were magazines that I had sitting around for ages, and when I did my, you know, decluttering of this room and had all these magazines, I thought, right, I'm just going to list them and see how they go. Well, it's been quite a few months, and yeah, hardly any have sold of the Delicious magazines and the Donna Hayes, and they're just taking up so much space on my shelf that I'm thinking that I might just say, yeah, it's just not going to sell, and pop them on Facebook Marketplace as a sale, or just, I don't know even whether to like put them in my garage sale pile and do them as, you know, 20 cents a magazine or something there. I'm not sure, but I just need to clear. I just want them out of here. I'm sick of seeing all the stuff that's been sitting around for ages on my shelves. I know some stuff will, like all my vintage books. They're not going to be things that are fast movers, but I don't know. I've just had some stuff for a while, so but magazines are just heavy, take up a lot of space. So yeah, I need to think about whether I just delist those now and just say, you know, they've been up for a few months, they're not going to go. Anyway, I'm waffling. So the next item to sell was a set of 6 Pocket Power books. These were my kids. They were all purchased from op shops. You know, when they were younger, they were really into, you know, all the lame little kids jokes and things, particularly knock-knock ones. Yeah, so I listed those, and they sold for, I think I did take an offer on those. I think, what did I sell them for? I don't know. Okay, slightly less. I took an offer of 20, total of $20, so that's what that sold for. I had them listed for $24.95 free post. I took 20. Next item to sell was Anne of the Island, a small little hardcover book that I picked up for $1 at the Richmond op shop, which I tried to film myself yesterday doing a bit of op shopping. I don't know, somehow my I lost half the footage, or like half the footage was not usable because it was all in portrait style. I'd somehow, even though I was holding my phone this way, landscape, somehow my camera rotated, so I had a lot of stuff that was up the wrong way, and I don't know if you can flip it in edit mode. I didn't try fiddling around. I just thought, so the video is a bit of a shambles because a lot of the wandering around the shop and all that I just had to cull because it was just all crap. But anyway, the point is, I got this from there for $1, and I sold it for $19.95 including post. Next item to sell, another book, another vintage book, Alice in Wonderland picture book. Now this book was like this thin. I actually got it in one of the A4 tracked letters for $8.35 post. Person paid, did she give me an offer? I think she paid full price, $24.95. So yeah, just a thin little vintage book, but it was in pretty good condition. And then lastly, the Goosebumps DVD. Now I can't remember how much I picked that up for, or even where I picked it up. I think it was $1. I hate how when you go into your summary of sales, you can't see your SKU, and you have to click into the order. yeah, I picked it up in May for $1. So I did take an offer of $12 including post. And I just send that as an untracked letter. So I think the postage was $3. Well, it's $1.75 times. Is that $3.80? I can't even do $1.75 times 2, people. Whatever. Yeah, untracked letter. Okay, so what does that give us in total? So that means for the 13th of July to the 19th of July, those sales totaled $139.25. eBay fees were $28.91, leaving $110.34 for before I take out all the post, etc. So that was a total of 6 items sold to 5 buyers. Average sales price $23.21, because yeah, they weren't, you know, quite high items. And I actually have, I'm not promoting any of my items now with the change and everything. I took all my promoted items off. So I mean, my sales have been pretty crap for quite a few weeks, so I don't think that has made any difference. I mean, I've probably done a few more sales this week or whatever than I have in the last couple of weeks, but still not, you know, going crazy, going off, having, you know, big weeks, but every little bit counts. So having said that, what is my total sitting at? Let's open up Excel and I will have a look. Okay, so my savings fund is a total of $2,741.21. Still haven't even cracked 20% of my challenge, and I should be at 55. I did enter over 50 comps this week. I've got a few to enter today. There's a lot of competitions around at the moment where the major prize is 10K. So I'm entering them all. I think today I've entered a Nutella one. There's a Tim Tam one. There's some other one as well. It's always on all the junk food. Yeah, so I'm trying to, you know, I'm really hoping I can win a $10,000 one. I enter the ones where, I mean, I enter them all, but I like the ones where it's, you know, they're giving away $10,000 a week for a few weeks, because then the entries sometimes, you know, they either roll over or they shut off, but I feel like I'll get a few entries in. So I did buy a couple packs of Tim Tams this week, because they're half price, and so yeah, I'll get a few entries into that one. Now, I went to, so after I filmed myself, tried to film myself going to a couple op shops, I did go to one bookshop, Rotary Bookshop at Edwardstown. Mostly picked up books for myself, and in that video I think I said I didn't pick up anything to, you know, just for listing on eBay, but I did pick up one book. Now, I'm going to put up some of the comps that I saw on eBay, and I don't understand why this book is so popular and why the blue cover is more popular than the white, because it looks exactly the same except for the color of the cover. I think it's the publisher's difference. So anyway, it's this book. If I can get it closer. The Fairy Tale Treasury in Living Color. This one is by Purnell. It had $2 sticker on it, but they had 50% off yesterday at, like 50% off sales at the moment on everything. I did pick up an Animalia jigsaw puzzle for $1.50. So it's, you know, it's got the same color inside as the blue cover book. Now the blue one, I'm sure I found a listing that sold for $200. Or I think I've seen some where they're selling between $100 to $200. This one is currently, this white cover is currently listed by World of Books or World of Rare Books with a really shitty photo, I might add. To be honest, I shouldn't criticise, but I think most of their, you know, they use stock images or whatever. And I'd never buy from them not knowing what I'm getting, because I have seen some feedback where, you know, people are disappointed. But anyway, they've only got a picture of the cover, and they've got it listed for £67, which is about $138. So I don't know. I don't know what to list this as, and I'm just confused as to why the blue book seems to go for a higher price than the white cover book, even though they look exactly the same. It's just like those, you know, those old school, like, I don't know if they used to make them lenticular style, or they use like the puppet style. The whole book is just stories of that, you know, using puppets. I don't particularly like those style books, but for some reason I thought I'd just do a, you know, do a bit of a look up in store and see. I mean, they're quite funny actually. Look at that. Big Bad Wolf. Red Riding Hood. But yeah, so I just thought I'd quickly look it up in store, and then I saw those comps and I thought, what the hell? Why is this so popular? So anyway, I've got to work out what I list it for. Like, I won't photograph it until next weekend. I think I've kind of lost my natural light for today without getting shadows coming in to my photography spot. So yeah, what do you think? Has anyone ever seen this book? Actually, I can't remember if there were any sales in Australia. I need to do more research. But yeah, that was really surprising. So I've either got a winner here, or, you know, people, it's the thing where people are listing it for high price, but they don't sell. I don't know. I definitely have sold overseas with the blue cover though. And then what else did I pick up? Oh, I'll just reach over here. I found this little mid-century planter. It's Japanese. Oh, I need a banana for scale. It's Grizel Japan. Didn't have a price on it. It was at the Salvos, and I thought, oh God, are they going to sell it to me, or are they going to say, yeah, it's $10 or more? They gave it to me for $5. I'm I'm umming and ahhing if I keep it for myself for when we finally do our renos, and I'll have a display, you know, section where I can put plants and, you know, all sorts of things, or whether I list it. I think I've seen it listed for $30 plus posts by some other people on Etsy. I think it was more Etsy than eBay. I'm just wondering whether I should actually start. I've been wondering whether I should start listing on Etsy some of the vintage stuff, but I hate that they charge a listing fee and that your listings expire after 4 months. I don't want to be spending, even though it's only 20 US cents, I don't want to be spending any money on things that might not sell. Like, I mean, you've already obviously spent money to buy the item, but I don't want to spend money listing something and then for them to expire my listings. It's just wasted money. I'm not going to throw away money. So I don't know. I might end up on eBay, or I'll keep it for a while and see if I like it. I'm just trying to work out what little plant I could possibly put in there. Yeah, I just thought it was really interesting, different. But yeah, it's a Japanese one, and it's the inside little planter. It doesn't have a drainage point. So what would you do? Keep or sell? And that was it. That was my shopping on the weekend. Haven't done any photography on the weekend. I've just spent most of yesterday just going to shops because soccer starts next week, so I won't have any time in the mornings to go op shopping or to any garage sales if there's any. And I've still got a heap of photos from last week's photography, so I've still got listings I can do throughout the week to get at least one item up. My mother-in-law's given me a few books that they didn't want to see if they could sell. There's one, I should have brought them in here. There are some that look like, there's a set of 4. They're South African books, like story books and stuff, but they look really interesting. Yeah, so I'll probably, like next weekend, Saturday afternoon, I think I'll have to try to, after soccer, come home and try to do some photography and get those up. But yeah, other than that, I'll probably still continue to look at culling more stuff in here, and yeah, hoping that this week just brings another lot of sales from what I'm listing. Okay, so thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week for week 30. Okay, bye.